Welcome back to our P1800 build. We're finalising our paint, we've got it in epoxy, and we're just putting a little bit of filler around our edges. This way, when the engine bay gets painted, it'll be really nice and smooth and clean. We'll be seam sealing underneath. We'll then underseal the vehicle. We'll be doing this in a body colour as well. Keep everything all the same and it will make it match. So we're really getting down into the detail now. We've had our doors fitted. We know they fit. We've done a whole heap of work to these doors. We're now just filling in some of the undulations. Some of the trim is actually made from solid brass, and if there's no give, you can't make it fit. So we're just putting some filler in to really finalise our gap between our trim and our door. So Aaron's already cleaned down. We have a door and we have a bonnet. We're starting to rotate these Volvo parts now into paint. These are 2 completed parts, and we're going to reprime them, and then we'll wet flat them, and then we'll put them into paint. We can then start labelling off all our parts that are completed, and we can start our assembly process. We're back in the vehicle shop. We've pulled it out the paint shop because we've now painted the inside of the vehicle and we've painted the underside. It's all got underseal on it, and we've done that in body colour as well to make sure everything matches. We haven't painted the external part of the body because we're waiting for a few pieces of trim, and we want to get those right and set on right before we go ahead and finalise the exterior paint. So we're taking the opportunity now to put in our suspension system, and we are setting up the rear axle. We're making sure all the bushes are nice and tight, and then we'll offer it all into the car. So moving on to our engine bay, we've got it in the James Bond silver, as we like to call it. We can now start fitting this up as well. We've got our front suspension and front subframe in, and we're dealing with the steering system now. We can also start building in our heater system and our brake booster units, and we can start finishing this off. We haven't got to worry too much about damaging the outside of the car at this point because we're not in paint. So it's a good time to take that opportunity to get things nice and tidy, keep it nice and clean. So moving on to our Volvo engine. This is a 2 litre. Now it may look quite small, but obviously back in the day 2 litres weren't ultimately fuel injected. They didn't have pipes and everything else coming all off them. They were very, very simple things. So this is in its most stripped down form, so we can paint everything nicely. And then we'll be fitting it into the car. So we've done a bit of work to the rear crank oil seal. Traditionally they have a rope seal with a clip, and sealing them is a bit of a mission. And when you have a gearbox and the clutch and everything's fitted in the car, to find out this is leaking can be a real headache. So we've put a modern seal in, which means modifying the housing ever so slightly. It'll have a better service life with this oil seal, and we'll be a lot more confident of no leaks for many years to come.